Now we have the second part of our targeting. We have the people that are grabbed in the African American community doing what I mentioned in the video before this, part one of the targeting of my family continues. Now this is part two, which is when it's not so racial. It's obvious the people who are organizing against me, either one, they have a problem with the African American community, or two, they're from the African American community and they don't care what kind of image that they're portraying of the African American community because of what's happening to my family. That's the only two alternatives I can come up with. But somebody has to be putting this money out there. And we have a couple of ideas. The religious communities that some of these people come from and they organize, but that's of lesser consequence in the big scheme of what's happened where we've lived. And now the second part of organizing against us is in the agencies. VA, Michigan Works, MDHHS, HUD-VASH, the VA medical side, when people will continually, some of these people do live around us actually, at least probably 3 or 4 different places where, we do professional activities or business or medical, whatever you want to call it. 3 or 4 of those places actually, we still have employees of them that live around us still. And I caught somebody who worked at a former clinic we went to, somebody that worked in their dental and the medical side, who is our neighbor, who regularly abuses and targets my family. I don't know if she still works there, but she doesn't live around us. But I caught her. And I caught her tampering with my daughter's medical files. I don't know if anything happened to her. Probably not. But the phase two is the places where we have to do transactions. People, like I said before, some people live around us. Most of the time, not. But when stuff is posted out on the web and in Facebook and on QAnon sites, it's pretty easy to try to harm my family within an agency when you have those resources, or word of mouth. We've caught people before going into apartment complexes saying, "Don't rent to me," because of he is on a voucher, or because he's on the run. Let's see what else. Oh, he was kicked out from overseas because of criminal activity. I can't even think of everything they say. But oh yeah, he destroys places. Um, yeah, and that's all I can think off the top of my head. But yeah, and we've had people go into stores saying, "Oh, you don't want him to shop here because he brings trouble." I mean, just stuff like this. Anything negative. Anything negative. Doesn't matter how extreme or how insane. Anything negative. So that's how this happens. And then you always have people who are members, like more radical QAnoners, or people of particular religious groups that don't like me. Um, yeah, or people know that I don't put up with any racial garbage. Some people don't like that; they want me to shut up. But so that's how part two works. Now the part two is more multicultural, like it matters. You know, if you're giving somebody $5 and you plan to shoot the guy after them, does that make you giving $5 a good act? No, it doesn't. You're cloaking evil with good, which is kind of a nullification. In the end, it's still evil.